Last night I saw a superhero. He was black. He said, "This is for the hood. Black Lightning's back." My name is Vic, and tonight I am joined by none other than Mr. Jack Lightning.
Hey, ho, ho.
Hey,
Glad to
Jack,
be on the show.
how you doing? How you feeling? How you live?
Thunderous.
Like that answer. But now today we are also joined by C the Superior.
Gotta put the C up like that, Bob.
Hey, yeah, put up the gang signs.
There we go.
Full disclosure, it's not a gang sign.
Yeah, please don't. We're trying to get subscribers, not gangbangers here.
Right.
Gangs and no gangs, subscribe.
Right, subscribe. Right. We don't discriminate.
Word
there
up.
You go.
If you guys are members of the 100,
the 100 have Jennifer and Anissa.
We do not discriminate.
We're talking about this episode. Let's just jump right into it with the opening scene being with Anissa and Grace coming back from their trip, and Anissa pretty much like, yeah, it's time to let them know that we're married.
Surprise! Welcome to the family, Grace.
This opening scene, it's, at first it's nice and cute, it's beautiful, and then the FBI shows up.
FBI, open up!
And Jefferson, he opens the door. He's like,
Whoa. No one comes inside till you tell me what this is all about.
But it shows that one of the FBI's, I guess he's a meta. He has this ability in his eyes where it's like little, I want to say lightning or something like that, but you could tell he's a meta. They check his house and they raid the house. They sit in and said that he's been embezzling money from the school.
Mm-hmm.
So this is already starting off Jefferson. I call this episode Jefferson's bad day because everything you thought could go wrong, it did.
They raided his house. Like we
Yes.
see Jennifer and Anissa have that scene in Jennifer's room, and they're like kind of picking up the pieces that is her room because they just ripped it to shreds looking for evidence of this embezzlement. I can see how some people might believe he might be embezzling because he's living in Freeland.
Right.
But he's got a nice house in Freeland. His house is huge. Like he's living like a baller. But his wife is like a top-notch scientist.
All right.
And he was like an Olympian or other before. Like he had all that, Olympics money still hanging around.
I love how TC is all in there.
Thirsty.
Yeah, so he got a lot of screen time, right? Like
Yes, he did.
does. Yes, he does. He be pulling out the computers all day.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
Eyes
TC.
turning green. Yo, I want those Matrix contacts. You heard? That's what I want.
he got a lot of screen time. Matter of fact, just to jump into a scene, because one of the things Jen, with her going through this new alternative look, she's nervous to go back to school. But TC, once again, he's right there. He says,
I can't let you go to school alone on your first day. They like to pick on the new kid, believe
you
me.
can't go to school by yourself. I'm right here with you. And he goes to school with one of the kids who apparently he's going for the clout. He's sitting there trying to say, Jefferson, he's been a thief all along.
That money belongs to us, and we demand justice.
He's been stealing from us. He's been blind, and he's one of those woke kids. He's one of those kids who's super woke. And he's sitting there and bashing the name, to which, Jen can't stand that.
This was kind of our introduction to our possible new love interest for Jen.
Hi.
Hey.
I didn't catch his name.
I didn't catch his name either.
You're right.
Yeah. But he's giving me like NBA Youngboy or something. Like he's got like the hair, something about him is giving me that vibe.
You know what I'm gonna call him? Standing tall, because he stood tall. He stood tall. He made eye contact with Jen, and then he turned his head. See, that was me in high school, so I could relate to this guy. And not standing up for anybody. I didn't do that. I mind my business.
They're kind of, dropping hints or whatever that this may not be Jen. Like, was I the only one who felt like that? Like
There's a scene. I wanted to ask one of you guys because I missed a little bit of part, but I do want to talk about that scene. There was a scene with Lynn, and there was something about stable and unstable. That was with Jen, right?
that was with Jin's, like, you know, her particles or something. Something is off. And the fact that there was a scene with Jin and Jefferson in the library or the study, and she called him daddy. And he was like,
You haven't called me daddy in years.
you haven't called me daddy in years. Like, kind of suspicious a little bit. And she was like, oh, you know, trying to, you know, whatever she said was some excuse. So it's like, is this the real Jin, or is this an imposter Jin?
I didn't even give that much thought. That's crazy.
Something is
Like,
going on.
That makes some sense. I didn't even give that thought at all.
So do you think our girl China might make a comeback in like the last episode or something? Do you think
That would be hot.
That would be cool.
hot.
Next thing you know, Khalil and what's his name? I forget his name. The guy from Insecure.
Oh, Molly's man.
Molly, yeah, we call him
Molly's
Molly's man.
pops up,
MM.
Word.
trying to you know, get the painkiller out of his brain. So it was a cool little cameo scene. Oh, and Dr. Obama is back. We spoke him back into existence. He's back this episode, which was cool
Yeah,
to see him.
Word, telling lies.
Why did you just lie to her? We can't just fix cystic fibrosis.
We can now.
What? Right. I don't know what's up with that. Like, is it a lie or is it like some experimental, like, you know, surgery or something that just
You know
came
what,
out of
though?
nowhere?
But you know what though? One thing that I noticed is that it's like it's one of those things where it looks like he was pressured to say it.
Mhm.
You can see it in his face where it's like, all right, I have to say this or else I'm gonna lose my job type of thing.
Do you think he's a bad
pretty
guy?
much- No, I think that there's somebody on the higher up pressuring him.
Thunder and Grace scene where they're fighting against Negro Ninja.
Oh, word.
He comes in with a vengeance. Like he throws those little ninja stars, and Grace, you know, with her super hearing
Yeah.
or whatever it is, her little
She heard him. She
panther
heard him.
hearing.
Yes.
She hears it. Then, you know, he throws in the smoke bomb. Everything. And he comes in.
The exact sound effects too.
Exact sound effects. He comes in and the fight happens.
Good.
The whole time this fight is going on, I'm thinking if Anissa don't hold her goddamn breath and blow this guy out the door, like she could have just easy and like, you know, just blew it out. But she was holding back. I feel like she was holding back and they was getting it handed to him like for a majority of the fight.
Fact.
I'm shocked that Grace finally, you know, turned all the way to this leopard thing. You know, eventually got the W for him.
We talking about Doormat Grace?
Doormat Grace, right?
She got her spy in last time. You know what I mean? That's why last week I was her fan. She got a spy in that. She's not this. She's not this anymore.
They make it out with these files or that they were trying to get from the hospital.
Lynn injects Gamby with the serum because they were trying to figure out the power.
Kudos to Gamby for volunteering himself, you know, to science because he's not a young man. So ain't no way in hell you are injecting me with some who knows what's it, and I'm in my golden years. You've got to be crazy.
And maybe this was a vaccine commercial because he was like, yeah, sure. And he just rolled up the sleeve and just did that. This might have been a vaccine commercial.
Right, little.
I mean, but you know
propaganda.
what though? But he's basically White Alfred.
But it's white. Wait, what?
Right.
You know, 'cause Alfred is the main guy. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, he
right.
knows how to do all of that. Like if there was a suit for an old man, it would be Batman, Robin, and Butler or something.
Butler.
In the final scene
Sure.
of the show.
Sure.
And this is when I want to say Gamby was talking to
Fatberg and Grace.
He's known as Ishmael.
But if he's hunting us, he could be hunting the entire family.
yeah, he was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, Negro Ninja. He didn't say Negro Ninja, but this is he said
No,
Negro
I was
Ninja
just.
cookie.
Oh!
All in all, it was a great episode. What did you guys
Love it.
think? Did you enjoy it?
I give it a thumbs up. I think the episode was great. I love that we focused on the Pierce and their family, and I thought it was really cool that Painkiller had a little cameo in here. But I think Painkiller is gonna come in, get the job done, and just go now to hit that old dusty trail.
This was probably my favorite episode of the season, honestly. I felt like it gives me like that old thing back, like that, you know, season 1 Black Lightning.
I loved this episode. This was symbolic in so many levels.
I love this episode too. And speaking of value, if you value our content and you value our video, please leave us a thumbs up or a comment or share our videos. And join us here next week for the next episode of Black Lightning. We'll be covering it here with you guys. See ya. Bye.
Bye.